Welcome to the School of the Lost Tribes. Your charity helps generate the lessons needed to seal the chosen before the destruction. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee. Deuteronomy 28:47-48. Harsh servitude, hunger, thirst, bondage, and total dependence. Verse 47. Because thou servedst not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee. King James Version. Refusing to serve Yahweh with joy. This curse is not merely about breaking rules. It is about Israel's ungratefulness and rebellion in the midst of blessings. Yahweh gave them land, protection, law, and prosperity, but they did not honor him. Instead, they embraced idolatry, lawlessness, and pride, turning their backs on the covenant. As a result, Yahweh promised they would serve their enemies with that same energy, but under pain and degradation. This is covenant justice, a reversal of roles. Thou shalt serve thine enemies in hunger, thirst, and nakedness. This is the reality of enslavement and systemic oppression. Hunger. Israelite slaves were denied proper food. Many were starved into obedience or malnourished for life. Thirst. On slave ships and plantations, clean water was withheld. Some died of dehydration. Nakedness. Enslaved men, women, and children were stripped of clothing and dignity, sold naked at auction blocks, and denied basic human decency. Want of all things. They had no autonomy, no land, no home, no rights, utterly dependent on their oppressors. He shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. This is not symbolic. It was fulfilled literally. Israelite slaves were shackled with iron collars and ankle chains. Iron muzzles, branding irons, and punishment masks were used to subdue and dehumanize. These yokes were used to restrain escape, symbolize ownership, and crush spirit. The yoke of iron represents mental and physical captivity, crippling dependence, enforced submission, and Yahweh said it would stay until destruction, a total breakdown of national identity and autonomy. The U.S. government as the provider in oppression. The modern American system fulfills this curse. Israelites today depend on government for food, housing, education, and health care. Welfare, food stamps, public housing, and subsidized schools are controlled by the very systems that deny Israel identity and justice. This is not charity. It's captivity by convenience. Without the oppressor's approval, Israel can't get loans, can't build independent economies, can't even educate their children in truth. They are still in want of all things, just as Yahweh declared. Historical examples of brutality. To understand the weight of this curse, we must remember the actual crimes against Israel. Branding with hot irons, to mark ownership like cattle. Forced separation of families, children and spouses torn apart and sold. Whipping, shackling, starvation, and rape. Public lynchings, genital mutilation, castration, and seasoning, torture of new slaves. Tarring and feathering, amputations, forced conversions, sleep deprivation. No legal identity, Israel was stripped of name, language, and lineage. Executions for reading or writing, Education was seen as rebellion, medical experimentation, surgeries without anesthesia, especially on black women, children used as breeders or laborers. All this confirms the prophecy. Israel would serve their enemies in absolute dependence, without protection or rights. A curse passed to descendants. The oppression didn't end with slavery. The same people were sharecroppers under Deut, faced Jim Crow terrorism, are now trapped in the prison industrial complex, urban poverty, and educational manipulation. The school-to-prison pipeline, voter suppression, and mass incarceration are modern yokes of iron. Hope in Yeshua, the liberator. Yeshua came not to comfort the world, but to free the lost sheep of Israel. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. If the Son therefore shall make you free, ye shall be free indeed. John 8:36. He offers not just spiritual release, but national redemption to break the yoke and lift the curse. Conclusion: Israel's pain is proof, but so is the promise. Deuteronomy 28:47-48 reveals that Israel's identity is confirmed by their suffering, that this punishment is not over because the nation has not fully repented, that Yahweh always keeps his word, both in judgment and in mercy. But in Yeshua there is hope, a path to break the yoke, a promise to restore what was lost, a future where Israel will never again serve in hunger, thirst, or shame. Return to Yahweh Israel and be made whole.